Hi, today I'm going to be going over the All-County excerpts for violin for 2021. This is Epic Adventure, Riding the Rails, and Dance of Iscariot, okay? So I'm going to start with Epic Adventure. Notice that we're in 3/4 time. It doesn't say it, but you can figure out by how many beats are in a measure. And that it is in the key of C major or A minor, no sharps, okay? So we've got to make sure that we have the right finger patterns. Minor on A, minor on D, low pattern, reach that finger back on the E string, okay? All right, I'm going to play this at concert tempo with the metronome. And then I'll go back and show you some practice tips on how to sound awesome. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So it's pretty fast. And it doesn't look hard, but it's fast, okay? So what you want to do is work on getting a beautiful sound. On all your quarter notes, you need to pull a lot of bow, and the half notes need to soar. Beautiful soaring sound with vibrato, okay? So let's play the first line under tempo, C natural. 1, 2, play. Vibrato. And I think open E is okay right there because the next note is also on the E string, so I think that's okay. All right, let's look at the second line. Right away on the second line, in that very first measure, in the slur, there's an F natural. You have to reach back, so... And now the last measure on line 2. Look at the accents. The first one's on a down bow, and the second one's on an up bow. So you really got to give that there. The way I do it is I don't work very hard. I just play a nice jerk bow on the down bow and play the next 2 notes really soft, and then push really hard on the up bow. So I try not to make a big deal out of the ones that don't have an accent, so I don't have to work so hard on the accents. Okay, all right, play that with me. Ready, set, go. Now, if you're having trouble with that as a finger twister, just look at it as 2 mini scales. B, A, G. Next scale, C, B, A. And that's all it is, and that's what he wants to hear, or what she wants to hear, sorry, the lady wrote this, is because they want to hear it with those accents. So you want to accent the 2 mini scales. Okay, so work on it that way. All right, going on to the third line, D, and then open E, and then reach back for F natural. Ready? Line 3. Okay, so in this one again, 2 from the end is the same as the end of line 2. And then the last measure on the third line is another mini scale, right? D. Right, it's the same thing. So you just need to put it together. I would practice like this. Stop. 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 There you go. Okay, and then you can just put it together without the stops. Okay? I hope that makes sense. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to look at riding the rails. Okay, we're going to look at riding the rails. And this one is in 3rd position, okay, for most of it. And it does say play top notes when divided. So you have to start in 3rd position. So where your 3rd finger normally goes in 1st position, that's where your 1st finger goes. You can pluck 1st finger and open D to see if you're in tune, okay? All right, I'm going to play this one at tempo with the metronome and see if, and let you listen to that, and then we'll work on it. that's how that one goes. You are going to be playing in this one on the E string. You're going to be playing a major pattern. So 1, 2, and 3 touch, and then 4. Okay, that's on the E string. On the A string, you're going to be playing the high pattern because this finger right here, third finger, is F sharp. So these fingers 3 and 4 will touch. So this on E and this on A. Okay, now you're going to have to also remember that in third position, the spacing of the fingers is smaller. Don't stretch out like you would normally do in first position. It's going to sound awful, okay? So you don't stretch as far. And you can check easily by checking where your first and second finger go, especially on the A string. First finger should match open D. And then second finger, should match open E if I don't have brain poo and pluck the wrong string. Sorry. All right. So now there are a lot of fingerings written in here for you, okay? But I think the trickiest part of this is not the fingers. I think the trickiest part can be the bowing. You have to go down. That's up, but now you have to go up again. 1, up, touch, now 4. And then you got to do vibrato on that fourth finger. And I like to pick up my other ones and really push that 4 into the fingerboard. You can do it however you like, but that helps me get a good vibrato sound, okay? All right, so I'm going to go pretty slow back to line 1 of this one and talk you through the fingerings. So first finger in third position on the A string. Ready? 1, 4, up 2, 4, E string 1. Sorry, try that again. 1. Now cross to the A string. 4, 2, 1. 4. Now to the E string. 1, 2, and 3 touch, and 4. Lift, next line, 1 on A. 4, up 2, E string 1. Cross real quick, 4, 1. 2. Now go back to first position. Lift, 2, space, space. Okay, and we put the space in there because of the accents. Okay, so I really want to challenge you to practice that bowing and really want to challenge you to practice getting those notes beautifully in tune. Okay, now I'm going to play it one more time all the way through, but slow, without stopping or calling out notes, so that you can play along. Ready? Beginning of this one. Ready? Slow. Okay? All right, now on to the last one. This is the Dance of Iscariot, and I think this is one that could be really challenging, but I think if you take your time and you really think about where your fingers go, it's not that bad, okay? All right, so I'm going to play this one at concert tempo. It's very fast, but that's okay. Fast is fun. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, very exciting. And yes, they do tell you to play both those notes at the same time, 2 before 76. I think if you don't do that, you'll be okay, but it does specifically say non-divide right there, okay? All right, now the first couple of measures are not hard. 60, 61, 62, 63. Let's look right on 63, okay? Now, first of all, what's the smartest thing to do with this? Take all the slurs out and practice it without the slurs. Now, you got to put them back in for the audition, but practice it without the slurs. Dude, too hard, okay? So look at measure 63. The last note is A sharp. That's the same thing as B flat, okay? So you've got open D, and then just reach back for B flat, aka A sharp. Now the next note has a 2 on it. What? Yes, put the 2 right next door to it, okay? So you play A sharp and then B right next to it, okay? Then play, I don't know why the next note has a 3 on it. Just ignore it. I'm looking at 64, the second note. Ignore that 3. Just play 2, 1, 2, okay? That's what I do. Or 2, 1, 1. Move it up, right? Either way, okay? So in 63, open D, G, E, F sharp, reach back. A sharp, B, B, A sharp, and then slide up. B, or stay there and play a 2, B, okay? So let's play that much without the slurs. Don't worry about what comes after it. Play that much. Ready? Slow. Reach back. Touch. 2. Good. Now the next note's a G sharp. So G sharp, you have to stretch from here's where you were on this 2. And now you're going to stretch forward. You're going to have to move your hand. So you've got to stay light right here, not all squeezificated. Okay? And stretch. G sharp. I play a big high 4. A sharp, G sharp, A sharp. You can reach that far. It's really not that bad. You just have to let go over here with your thumb and your finger. Okay? So what I want you to do is practice playing a 2 for B. So you got A sharp, B right here. And then stretching forward for G sharp. You're going to have to move your hand. So here's A sharp. Here's B with a 2. And then slide your hand forward. Okay? So I'll do it like this so you can see what I'm doing. Right? And then stretch. Okay? And then you just have F sharp. And the rest of that's easy after that. Okay? So that's one tricky spot in this. Measure 63, 64, 65. The next tricky spot is measure 70, 71, and 72. Okay? All right? And after that, it's not so bad. Okay? So in 70, you're on a 4th finger for A. Now you got 3rd finger on the G string, C, E, slide back for D sharp. And now I play in, like it says, half position, which is so weird for violinists. But 1, 3, and then put your 2 right next to it. So 1 is D sharp, 2 is E, 3 is F sharp. 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, and then it says 1, and do that, slide forward, and now you're back to regular happy yay place. Okay, so go back and look at measure 70 has a weird fingering in it as well. It has 3rd position over that note, and I would not do that. Okay, so look at measure 70 and find 3rd finger on the G string in that measure. Okay, so you've got 3, then 1 for E, slide back for D sharp, stay there, and play 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2. Those fingers should be touching. Okay, and then 2, 1, move to regular 1st position. Okay, so I cannot tell you how important it is to practice that and practice it really slowly and carefully. Okay, and take your time and just try to see how many times in a row can you get those notes right. Okay, all right, happy practicing.